Welcome to Weird World Facts, and today we will discuss some random facts about the world's 5 least visited countries. Before proceeding, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Weird World Fact, to watch more similar videos like this. Turkmenistan. Natural gas is so readily available in Turkmenistan that it is provided at no cost to all households. Matches, on the other hand, are not free, so Turkmens never extinguish their stoves, etc., instead keeping them burning all day and night. In a similar vein, one of the most incredible sights on the planet, the Darvaza gas crater, can also be found in Turkmenistan. During Soviet times, a gas mining project went wrong. The apparatus collapsed, leaving a huge crater the size of a football field. They discovered gas leaking from the ground after removing the debris. Geologists advised them to set fire to it, because the gas would burn out in a matter of days. It's still on fire nearly 44 years later. It's known as the door to hell, and it's a day's drive into the desert to get there. The Gambia. The Gambia is the only country with the word "the" in its name. In 1964, the Gambia's then Prime Minister stated that one of the reasons they prefer to have "the" in their name is to avoid confusion with Zambia. People in the Gambia vote in elections by dropping stones into holes. In the 1960s, the Gambia adopted the unique glass marble voting system as a solution to eliminate spoiled ballots and allow illiterates to easily participate in the electoral process. The Gambia has a literacy rate of 63.9% for males and 47.6% for females. Maxim Badi, a well-known YouTuber, is from the Gambia. South Sudan. Cattle are central to the culture of South Sudan's rural people. They use them as currency, admire them as works of art, and fight tribal wars over them. South Sudan, with a population of about 12 million people, has over 31 million head of cattle, sheep, and goats, ranking it first in the world when animal wealth is calculated per capita. South Sudan's President Salva Kiir is said to own tens of thousands of cattle worth tens of millions of dollars. South Sudan lacks a proper banking system, and cash is always in short supply, so cows are the preferred financial instrument for roughly 80% of the country's 12 million people. Cows are living, breathing, shitting, lactating bank accounts, providing an incredibly resilient source of wealth and power in one of the world's poorest countries. Cows are the only way to get married in this town. 30 cattle is a typical dowry. Tuvalu is a tiny island nation, but also one who became wealthy one day. What's the reason? A chance occurrence. Tuvalu received the predictable abbreviation of when domain names were first distributed to countries in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Of course, this became an obvious desired domain name for any individual, entity, or company associated with the entertainment sector, particularly television, making the .tib domain one of the most valuable internet real estate. As a result, the country negotiated a 12-year $50 million lease contract for its domain in 2000, and a 10-year period of having the domain managed for a few $1,000,000 per year in 2011. This additional income allowed the country to become economically independent, and even afford the $20,000 membership fee for the United Nations, which is why it finally joined the UN in 2000. The funds were also used to fund much-needed infrastructure, such as electricity in schools. Tuvalu, however, continues to rely on foreign aid because the country's economy is so small. Niger. Niger is an African country that spends the majority of its time in the Sahara Desert. It also once housed the world's loneliest tree. It was an acacia tree known locally as l'arbre du Ténéré, and it was the only one within a 400-kilometer radius, 250 miles. The tree was frequently used as a light post by those traveling the area's caravan routes, and it also held a few superstitions. The Azalea people used to gather around it before venturing into the desert, and it was a beloved tree by both locals and visitors from far away. Unfortunately, even the most isolated tree in the world, in the middle of the desert, can be hit by a drunk driver. That is exactly what happened to l'arbre du Ténéré in 1973, when a drunken Libyan truck driver knocked it down. The tree was later relocated to a museum and replaced with a tree-shaped metal light post. We hope you found some interesting facts about the least visited countries. Please let us know in the comments if you have some interesting facts to share or if you would like us to make a second part of this series.